Tom, you've come out of the first, probably the most extensive match simulation. How's everyone pulled up? How have you pulled up?
I'm good, mate. Yep. Body's in a good spot. We've been a bit managed throughout this pre-season because the last 2 years missed a few games through injury. So body's feeling well. Ready to go this weekend. I think we had a few injuries from the weekend, but nothing major. So I think we're all good. Beautiful. It's going up. Try and push it back down.
There's a few lines there, but
That's right. There seems to be two narratives around West Coast that, can they get the older blokes back on the park? How good are the young blokes? But you're part of the middle group, which almost hold the key to how many games the club can win this year and how competitive you are. Is your group taking upon itself to take a step forward and maybe be more leaders and more senior on the field than you have been previously?
I think it's just a natural progression of ageing throughout a football club. There's a group of us in the middle there that do feel a massive responsibility to take this club forward. But as you said, there's the young guys, the older guys and us, and I think it's the responsibility of all of us to play our best footy. And if we can do that and stay healthy, then I think that just gives us the best chance to win more games of footy.
what's it like without Bunga back there? Do you notice him not being there?
It's a bit quieter. He was a grumpy man on the field sometimes, so it is a little bit different, but we were ready for it, and guys have stepped up. Brady Hoff's kind of playing that role that Bunga played last year, so it's exciting to see.
Was he the strongest voice back there, Tom?
Bunga?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty loud. Obviously a great leader, captain of a footy club, all Australian captain. So he really directed us out there. But we have multiple guys who can do that as well. We got Jeremy McGovern, Tom Barrass back there as well, and Liam Duggan is going to slide back through there a bit. And me and Hunty and everyone just takes it upon themselves to really help each other out down there.
Has Liam got louder and bossier and grumpier now that he's the co-captain?
No, he's too nice of a guy, Duggo. I don't know if you know him, but he's one of the nicest people to grace the earth. So no, he's still the same old Duggo.
You think you'll see much of Harley Reed back there, and how's he looked when he's come back off halfback?
Yeah, he's looked good. I'm not sure how much he's going to be back there, but obviously he's very good in the contest. So whenever he's around the ball down there, he's been very good. Still learning our system a little bit, but I think he can slot into anywhere on a football field. He's got the natural talent to kind of play anywhere. So we'll happily have him back there.
Tom, this time 2 years ago, same sort of situation, match sim against Freo, same ground, same sort of time. How do you guys put that game where you had those injuries and it sort of started? What was a tough 2 years? How do you put that to the back of your mind? Does it sort of haunt you a little bit at all, any chance, or is it just what it was?
Nah, I think it's just what it was. Injury's part of footy. We've been pretty unlucky the last couple of years, but that's 2 years ago now. So we're the group's a lot different as well, and we're just excited about playing against an opposition this week and seeing what we've been working on over the summer, seeing how that's all gonna go.
There's one bloke in that 24 to 29 group, Jack Petruccelli. Looks like he's had a pretty good pre-season. It looks like he may be able to take a step forward. How do you assess him, and where's he at with his footy, do you reckon?
Yeah, he's been training really well. Become a real pro over the last probably 2 or 3 years with his body. He's had some issues with his hamstrings and whatnot, and he's really put in the time and effort into his body, and I think that's showing out in the field. He's playing a bit through the midfield as well, which is helping him get involved in the game a little bit more. So excited to see what he can bring this year.
How long does it take you to become what you call a real pro in the AFL, to fully understand what's required, do you reckon?
It all depends. Everyone's different. Some blokes pick it up straight away, and some blokes it takes a little bit longer. But Petch is definitely a real pro now, and that's all we can ask for. There's guys who pick it up straight away. There's guys who don't, but all we can ask is you keep trying to get better and better, and Petch has done that. So
how long did it take you reckon?
Oh, mate, probably a couple of years. I was probably just pretty happy being an AFL player for the first few years. I got a contract in my first year for an extra couple, so I was pretty happy. But once I wasn't getting a game, and I was really hungry to get one, I kind of realised that I needed to do a little bit more. So some blokes picked that up straight away. For me, it took a couple of years, but I'm glad I am where I am now.
Tom, as a player, look ahead to this Saturday. What do you look to get out of what is match sim? And might not be just 4 quarters, it might be 7 or whatever it is. What do you look to get out of it?
You just want to see how what you've been working on the whole pre-season is going to go up against real opposition. So we've had things we've been working on since December. we want to see how all those things are going to go against Freo, and I'm sure they're the same thing. They've been working all summer, and they want to test what they've been working against us. So that's all we're trying to get out of and try and move forward.
So Adam spoke about an identity though, like last year. Earlier this year, do you feel like that you guys are going to start showing some of that in these match sim and testing out where that identity is?
Yeah, well, that's the plan. We're going to try to test out what we've been working on, and hopefully it comes to fruition.
Tom, did you reflect on your last 2 years? You mentioned the injuries, you missed all 22, a bit of last year. Is there any apprehension on your part as you sort of go into an AFL season, considering what you've been through the last couple of years?
No, I'm pretty confident with the medical team, and we kind of figured out what my loads were going to be probably for the rest of my career last year. And that took a bit of time, which is unfortunate. I missed a season and a half to figure that out, but I feel like I'm in a really good space now with understanding how my body's feeling, how my ankle's feeling, and what it needs throughout a week to get up for a game. And that's going to be a little bit less than what it has been for the first 7 or 8 years of my career. But I'm pretty confident with my body and understanding my body a bit better.
Is that more a week-to-week thing in season, or does it also affect what you do pre-season as well?
Yeah, a bit of both. Like this pre-season is probably the least I've done, but I'm still as fit as I have been previous pre-season. So that's just what we've had to figure out over the last 2 years.
Now, some of the fans are obviously pretty keen to see Harley go up against Fremantle in the Derby and just against some of their young guys. Are you excited about what? Because that'll be the first real test, won't it, against proper opposition, just to see where he's at.
Yeah, I think not only Harley, just the whole team. It's a bit of a the vibe around the club's a lot different. So I'm just excited to see how we're going to go as a whole. Obviously, Harley's had a lot of hype around him, and I think he's going to show that he's a very good player. But I'm just excited to see how the team goes and how we stack up.
His strength. People are talking about his strength. We saw that vision of him in Jinby, but I think he might have shrugged off Yowie at one stage in a match sim. Is he that special?
Yeah, he's very strong around the contest. For an 18-year-old kid, like, you don't see it often. It's it usually takes a few years to build up strength in the weights room, but he's got that power that not many others have. So he's been able to shrug off just about anyone on our list at the moment. So yeah, he's been pretty good, along with a lot of other young guys.
He looks like he has a wide field of vision as well, if you know what I mean. Like how some blokes only see pretty much what's in front of him. He seems to see out the side of him what might be available to him in terms of how he uses the ball or where the space might be. Yeah,
I think he's just good in traffic, like good around the contest. When he gets the ball, he doesn't rush himself. He obviously knows he's got the strength and power to get out of tackles, so then he can see other things around him. So yeah, he's got lots of talent, and we're excited to see him play this week.
Now, another fan question, mate. Sorry to go to the last common denominator, but I'm reading the paper that there could be a chance that the song's going to change. The players, I know what players like, but do you care about what song you sing at the end of the game, or have you got a preference?
No, mate, not really. As long as we're singing it a bit more, that'd be nice. We haven't got to sing it a whole lot over the last few years, so I'm sure, regardless of what it is, as long as we get to sing it a bit more, we'll be belting it out loud for sure.
What about the reaction to the banner coming back?
I don't really mind either way. I'm sure some boys prefer the banner, but I'm easy. As long as we're all getting hyped up before we run out, I'm fine. Yeah.
What's it changed for you, being a dad and being a footballer now? How has that sort of changed your look on it all?
I'm a bit more tired coming into training. But no, it does change your perspective a little bit. Like, I get home after a long day, or maybe it's just had a tough day, and my daughter's there and she's happy. She's not doing a whole lot, but yeah, she needs me and I've got to look after her, so it gives me something to do, and yeah, she's been awesome so far.